know you're disappointed with the loss. This defense goes up against an offense that had put up 50 a game and was maybe one of the most prolific in the country, and you hold it to what you did. I mean, and it's not about moral victories, but can you hang your hat on that this was a very impressive defensive effort, or can you even go there?
I mean, we always think we can do more or do better on defense than however we play. There's always things you can improve on. But I think for the most part, yeah, that was an offense that was averaging 52 points a game, and we held them to 24 points, and I don't think they had like maybe 200 yards total offense, and they're usually close to about 500 yards total offense. So I think, we did most of what we could, but I wouldn't say we played perfectly.
Did you do anything different than you've done in past games? Did you have some special wrinkles for them? What were you able to do to kind of keep them off balance and just out of sync for the most part?
We didn't have any new wrinkles or anything. It was just making sure throughout the week of practice that we prepared for that no huddle offense, and that's how they score so many points. They get guys out of gaps and miss assignments, and then a big play shoots, and then they're 5 yards away from scoring a touchdown. So really, that was the biggest thing for us, was making sure we get lined up and know our assignment and execute.
What'd you think about what Sean gave you guys at quarterback?
I thought Sean, provided a nice spark. Obviously, there's still some things that he needs to, improve on. But I thought for the most part, for a kid who has been redshirting this whole year to come in and, that first fumble, it happens, man. It's a game of football, but he learned from it, and we didn't lose hope in him. He did the best he could, I think, in my opinion. I think he played hard. He's a competitive kid going against him on the scout team. He knows how to get guys fired up, and so I don't know what the offense will do moving forward, but I thought for the most part he played hard.
You have one touchdown already scored against the defense on the special teams. Do you feel like this starts to get you guys for these last 4 games back in the order where maybe you were a year ago, that you start to be that defense again?
Yeah, each game is different, depending on how our offense does and what our opposing team offense comes up with, and you just got to learn how to adjust. And there's adversity is going to come in every game. And you just got to learn to fight through it, and forget the last play and move on. So I think that's the biggest thing for us moving forward.
To Logan, look, I know it's a short week, but it's a border war coming up. It's a rivalry game. Will that help? Get the focus going, kind of re-energize the guys, because it's the border war. Will that help, or does that matter?
Yeah, you always get fired up for rivalry games, but to say that's the game that has to turn our season around, like I'm saying, guys need to get fired up for every game, not just because it's a rivalry border war game. We need to, execute our game plan to the best of our ability, regardless of who we're playing. But CSU is obviously our rival, and we're going to go down there and try to come away with the W.
I know you guys will support whoever coaches decide to go with at quarterback. Was there a different energy level, kind of a different spark among the team once Sean came in there and gave you that boost?
I'm not sure. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of offense. I just get to watch limited stuff on the big board, and the sun was in my eyes a lot of times, so I just kind of based on what they did off the crowd. And I'm not worried about what they're going to do on offense. I just going to worry about what my assignment is on defense and what I can do to help this defense, continue to play hard and play fast and play together. So.
Based on what you've seen of him in practice, the way he performed, did that surprise you at all?
Sean?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that, from what I've gotten from him is that he's a very competitive kid. And, Coach Bull gave an example in high school when he was playing quarterback. He was, jumping over piles and stuff. And you don't see a lot of quarterbacks that are getting recruited to play high school or college football do a lot of that stuff. And that just shows his competitive spirit. And even throughout practice on scout team, he will challenge the scout teams to try to break plays on us, because then that makes us better as a defense. And so, and he tries to get that scout team offense going when he was down there. And so I think he's a very competitive kid. He's got a bright future. So.